In case you haven't heard, we're giving away our 1700 horsepower twin turbo 4-wheel drive F-150 work truck. This thing has boost settings ranging from 700 horsepower all the way to north of 1500 horsepower, making it an absolute TRC approved street machine. Best of all, it's got a full interior, it's completely streetable, and it's capable of everything from cruising around town to ripping off an 8-second quarter-mile pass. We've got a ton of new merch on the site, and for those of you who want to save a little bit on shipping and get some extra entries, we have our quick entry digital boost packs. Every order gets you entered for a chance to win and take this beast home. Don't miss your chance. The giveaway to win this truck ends on August 12th at 11:59 p.m. Anything you grab on our site, thatracingchannel.com, automatically gets you entered for a chance to win the TRC work truck.
Hey everybody, Brandon and Sam here, That Racing Channel. We're at AMP Performance in Cutler Bay, Florida, taking a look at the only all-wheel drive CTS-V in the world and a badass all-wheel drive 2JZ IS300 they have here in the shop. Alright, we're here with Alex from AMP. This is his 2012 CTS-V. Obviously some slight modifications done to it.
It's very little modifications.
A little bit here and there. It's not OEM anymore.
Alright, so the shop is Automatic Performance, also known as AMP. We do at the shop, we do a lot of GM vehicles, BMWs, and also all sorts of vehicles as well, but mostly concerns GM and BMW. We've been here for 7 years. We started since COVID. Started out of my garage, started from a little shop, and now came to this shop, and been in business since.
And you're a Miami, Florida guy.
Born and raised man.
Me too.
Yeah.
Respect. Cool, man. And then you had another CTS-V before this iteration, right?
Yeah, twin turbo as well. But that one was just Spin City all day. Made over 4 digits, but just you couldn't enjoy the car in the streets. It wasn't a street car, in other words. It's only a track car. So that's where the whole all-wheel drive idea came with. Well, that CTS-V, I ended up selling that V. And I got an M4 and 235 IS, but same thing, touch wood and hook, wood and hook, wood and hook. So but you know what? Let's fucking make it all-wheel drive. It's could be, you can make it. So we just dug into our first all-wheel drive conversion was in a 335 IS. We did all-wheel drive, but unfortunately that car caught on fire in my shop. But it was due to the cause of another customer's car that had a recall.
Oh God.
And if you guys familiar with the E-Series, they're known for catching on fire from the blower motor harness.
Yeah.
And that car was parked in my shop during night.
And that was a BMW, you said, right?
BMW, exactly.
Right, so that was the first all-wheel drive conversion that you did?
That we've done, exactly.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
And that car was to be really fast. The last time we did a drag in that car, I had a 2.9. And we were going to swap over to a different Trans. But unfortunately, by the time the car caught on fire, by another customer's car, that lit my car on fire, was on the lift.
Oh, God.
So they basically cooked my car from underneath. I want to get back in the V. It's a family car. I have 3 kids. Because you know what? How cool would it be having a car go pick up my kids from school and still be a track car and a street car?
Yeah, I mean, it's got a full interior in there.
Full interior, yeah. I go pick up my kids at school all the time. I go grocery shopping in this car.
Really? In this
AC, power steering, everything.
Wow.
Everything works. So I started building the car, rear-wheel drive, same thing. Expensive. You know what? I'm gonna make the all-wheel drive. Fuck it.
Yeah.
And then we did the all-wheel drive conversion. And it's been a fun car since then.
And how long has that whole process been, from deciding that you wanted to do all-wheel drive to researching parts to trial and error to like end up here where we're at with this car?
I would say about like 8-9 months.
Okay.
Trial and error, buying parts.
Fast.
It's just, everybody thought it's simple. It's not simple. Yes, they have the CTS that already, it's all-wheel drive, but that's only the 4-cylinder. So nothing fits in exactly the same. It's not. Yes, a subframe bolts in, but it's not gonna take the fucking V8.
Yeah, and it's not gonna handle the power.
It's not. So everything is simple. It's not simple. The whole front end of the car is Trailblazer SS, but it all had to be modified. Even the controllers from the all-wheel drive CTS had to be modified. Custom axles. The pan had to be modified to be able to clear the subframe. The whole subframe had to be modified. Yeah. The rack, different location, because
drive shaft, obviously.
Everything changes. Yeah. The whole body has to be cut up for the transfer case in the back. It still has the 6L90 built.
Okay.
Our next thing in the future is probably go with a TH400 or maybe a 480.
I mean, listen, if it was simple, everybody would do it.
100%.
There's only one in the world for
Yeah,
that reason.
100%.
You guys figured out the sauce to make it happen, took the time to do it. And like you said, even though it's Trailblazer parts, every single one of them is custom modified at this point. So.
Correct.
All right, so let's pop the hood and take a look at what we got going on underneath here.
So you're looking at a 427 twin turbo setup, Frankenstein heads, forced induction inner chiller. The whole turbo kit is hand fabricated.
What size turbos?
6871 comp turbos, oilless. Everybody was saying, oh, don't go that route. It's gonna have horrible turbo lag. Let me tell you, it's been amazing. It's not skipped the fucking beat. Peak performance manifold. We had the older version, but they had this new one that came out. It's a 2500 horsepower intercooler with the billet lid, and then obviously the Harley just
Yeah, it's the largest cooler I've seen on top of one.
Yeah, it's fucking badass.
That
It
is
made a
amazing,
huge
honestly.
difference.
Yeah.
Before we had IATs that got, Mark, it was like around 180, right? The IATs? That's the tuner right there. This couldn't also happen without him. He got the trans dialed in, all that.
So that's why you guys cut the hood, I'm assuming, right?
Oh yeah, it's no.
Fit that in there.
We could have gone with a front mount intercooler, but it's like, you know what? Let's make it fucking rowdy. Let's make the fucking shit just pop out
Yeah.
the hood.
No,
that's what
awesome.
we went with. Just make it rowdy. But we could have done it cleaner without putting the hood in reality. We could just done it front mount normally and just run the exhaust out of the back.
Okay.
I think so, 100%.
No, it looks awesome. Looks amazing. Talked about the engine. You said transmission was still the same, right?
6090,
6090?
built always
Built,
inside.
yeah.
Yeah, billet shafts, billet planetary gears. It's all parts from Circle D. Yeah.
It'll be. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, moving along to the square tire setup that you have on here. It looks like 17-inch B-locks on there.
The only B-lock only on one side. I couldn't get the other side done because it wouldn't clear the actual control arm from the CTS. We tried measuring all that stuff, but there was no way to physically.
So that's why you got 17s on there, obviously.
Yeah, 17 as well. Yeah, the brakes.
I mean, it looks awesome. Looks like you said, streetcar style to go to Publix if you want.
Oh, it's pretty cool. I could put factory rims on it, and it's gonna drive with like factory. So you
You put wheels, different wheels.
Oh, yeah, factory wheels. So you won't tell it's all-wheel drive. So it's a sleeper. You won't know. And the all-wheel drive
this, you
is
definitely
not
don't.
always all-wheel drive. I have a lever in
I
here.
saw the lever down there. I was wondering what that was.
All-wheel drive is forward, and wheel drive is back. So you can do your burnout, drive
Is
your
that actuating like the transfer case right
traffic
there?
case.
So that's basically
So
like
like
a
a 4x4.
transfer case switch. Yeah, like a 4x4.
Like a 4x4, correct.
That
Exactly.
is awesome.
I just right. It sounds better saying all-wheel drive than 4x4, I guess. But in reality, it's like a 4x4.
There's a difference, isn't there not?
No?
Isn't there not a difference from true all-wheel drive?
True all-wheel drive is always all-wheel drive.
Correct.
Exactly.
Yeah. And 4x4
But in this case, I can't leave it true all-wheel drive because not everything was just fucking bind.
So that's what I was going to ask next, because the power differentiation in here, is it 50-50?
50-50.
It's true 50-50.
True 50-50. So I had to get the rear end because the CTS-V rear end, you can't change the gearing on it. And I was gonna get a Ford rear end back in the days, but back in the days it was like almost like 10 grand for the Ford rear end. So I ended up opting out for a Cadillac SRX rear end. Yes, but surprisingly, oh, but it's gonna be aluminum, it might not hold the power. Let me tell you, has not skipped the fucking beat.
That is fascinating.
So I went with the SRX rear end because they had the gear ratio that matched the front Trailblazer SS disc.
I gotta imagine it's kind of hard to find a rear end for one of those cars, no?
I had to get like 4 rear ends to be able to combine and make it work.
Yeah.
So the SRX rear end, if you think about it, has no LSD. So I was able to get the LSD from the factory rear diff,
off this car,
take it off, and be able to bolt it into the ring gear and make it work.
True Frankenstein setup.
100%.
With OEM parts, essentially.
OEM parts, yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
And how do you figure this stuff out? You're just kind of doing the math in your mind of like, oh, this should
eBay,
work.
look at pictures.
Really?
Yeah, it might work. Yeah, let me buy it.
Yeah.
If it don't work, fuck, I spent money for no reason. Whatever. Next, on to the next.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Find
trying
another
to
part.
figure out here, because that's not something that like would just.
That's the expensive part, is buying the parts and hoping it works or making it work.
Yeah.
Man, huge shout out to Forced Induction. You know, they helped me a lot. Even I didn't buy the kit directly from them. I actually bought the kit as a second-hand user, you can say, in other words. They helped me out through every single step of the way. They sent me over the instructions. Hey, I had a problem with the IAT, so he told me do this, do that. So he was very patient, very awesome people. Peak Performance, beautiful job with the manifold. They also helped me out a lot. I've had a lot of questions to improve the IATs. Another people who's helped me out a lot is my tuner, Mark Wheels. I went through about 2 different tuners, amazing tuners, but they couldn't get the car to where I wanted or to shit properly. Okay, this guy here, first revision, got the car tuned 100%. Oh man, we done what, over like 40 revisions? Like just back to back, getting it dialed in perfectly fine. Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably got. I think I've got 40 or 50 logs of you doing pulls on the
and over 25
over 1,000 horsepower. Yeah. So one of the big problems that most people have on these cars is they don't understand the correlation between the engine and the trans tune. They both have to work well together. So if you have the best trans tune in the world, it doesn't matter if the engine tune is off and the engine's not properly reporting the torque signal to the trans. It takes a little bit of headache, especially when you're putting this much boost to it. We actually max out a few tables, and there's a few things that are. Had to work around to get to where we can still, we can run 27, 28 pounds of boost and still have some safety features in there like overboost protection, things like that on the stock ECU, and be able to, accurately measure and record and have it all set up right.
The crazy part too is stock ECU, stock transmission ECU also, right?
Yep.
So that's pretty incredible to have all that stuff running, full interior car, air conditioning, everything kind of running like it normally would from the factory.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a challenge for sure.
Just making, I don't know how much power will say there, but a lot of power.
It's up there.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
I want to give out another huge shout out to my mechanic now.
Come on, man.
He has helped out a lot with this car. Like you have no idea. I did the whole all-wheel drive conversion, but everything else, all the maintenance stuff, or when we had any issues, any of that, this guy was been there.
Late
Been
nights.
through a lot of headaches, late nights till 3, 4 in the morning while I'm home sleeping. So, huge shout out to you now.
Awesome. And you guys specialize primarily, like you said, in the GM,
BMW.
and BMW.
Yeah.
All right, so everybody.
He looks young, but let me tell you, a fucking master with the wrenches.
Yeah, so if you're in Florida, South Florida area especially, you're looking for GM, BMW stuff, these are your guys right here.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Now we're at the track. We got both cars out here, and we're gonna see what these all-wheel drive beasts can put down here at Homestead Miami Speedway in the 8th mile. Should be a pretty spicy night. Conditions are just right. So yeah, let's get into it.
Man, it went pretty good actually. Wasn't bad for the first run on the twin turbo setup. Obviously, you guys seen the all-wheel drive still before on the blower. So now it's twin turbos, not bad at all. We actually did a pass. We had a whole 60 foot. It was you can see it was 1.62. The car only came out with 4 pounds of boost. It was come out with at least 12, 14 pounds of boost. So that came out my 60 foot right there. But it ran in 6 seconds, so I'm happy with that.
Sweet.
And now we'll see, I'm gonna bump up the anti-lag boost a little more and give it more boost at the top end and see what it does in the next run.
Hell yeah, man. Alrighty, good luck.
Thanks, man.
Looks spicy.
It went good, yeah, it went good. The launch was a little bit, it wasn't getting on boost. I had to hold it for a little while.
Gotcha.
It built a little bit of boost, like 12 off the line, then it came out smooth, and it picked up mile an hour.
Hell yeah.
It would have been a little bit better time if it would have launched a little harder.
Gotcha.
Other than that, it had the mile an hour, but yeah, so
Sweet.
far everything was good.
Oh, yeah, man.
I hope we look over the log now and see what we can do now.
For sure. Oh yeah. Clean A to B pass, man.
Yeah,
Spicy.
Perfect, that's the
Oh
best.
yeah. Sweet. Saw you had a little bit of trouble in that last pass. Tell us about it. Tell us how that went.
So we couldn't do anything. Unfortunately, I was trying to launch it out, trying to do the burnout, and it wouldn't get on all-wheel drive, 4x4. So I let off, I tried taking it off again, tried launching it again, and it's still stuck on the 4x4. What that caused the front axle to blow. You can see the smoke on the video. I guess it's the axle grease through it on top of the header. So I'm gonna turn it back to the shop. Like I said, it is a fucking street car. It has no trailer, so I'm gonna drive back to the shop, get the axle fixed, remove the tractor case, see what's going on though, because I've noticed it's been doing that lately where I could disengage it, I could engage it, but sometimes it won't disengage. So there's an issue going on there, I gotta fix it. But I'm happy that the axle actually, the 4x4 actually stayed stuck, because maybe on the first burnout, I probably already got it weak. So luckily it didn't disengage. If I would have done the pass and God forbid it would have broke mid-pool, it would have been pretty fucking dangerous. So I'm happy it fucking broke, and thank God it was just the axle and nothing else. You know, so new axle, and come back in and retest it.
So what we found out with the last pass was that the nitrous was turning off. The button was somehow, I guess it's probably faulty. So this time I was on the launch and then I saw it like it was faulty, so I like messed with it a little bit. It turned on for a second. I grabbed the steering wheel and I think it worked. I mean, it did a better time. Now I got to see the logs to see if it stayed on after to what it's supposed to shut off at. But it definitely stayed on for the launch part. It did a 1/360 foot, so it was pretty good.
Hell yeah.
So now we just need to see if it stayed on. If not, I mean, I gotta change the switch. The switch is messed up.
That's plenty for these streets, bro. So.
Well, Brandon? No, we just took everything off the bottom the other day.
Sounded like you guys broke up a little bit. Was it a fuel thing or that was the shifting?
No, it's because it didn't shift. Yeah.
Oh, it didn't shift.
Yeah, that was the rolling anti-lag and then it didn't shift.
What are your thoughts, Brandon?
Bro, I think fucking rips. We only went one gear, but bro, I think that was enough. Shit was hooked and booked.
Yeah, that's low boost too.
Yeah, right. Dude, it's crazy to feel like that type of like hookup in one of these cars. You're so used to them being rear-wheel drive.
Yeah, that's the game changer.
For sure.
That's the game changer.
Even in this light little drizzle, I think fucking hooked like a motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. Yeah, and they finally stopped raining as soon as you pull in, of course.
Yeah, right.
Kind of been like that today. Yes.
All right, we're here at Ant Performance with my buddy Ivan.
How are you? Nice to meet
It
you.
is badass all-wheel drive 2J IS.
Yes, sir.
Really, really sick car, really sick setup. We've seen you bring this car out to some of the runs we've had, no prep runs
course,
in particular.
So yeah, like we normally go to the OSW events, the no prep
Yeah,
events.
we've got footage of this car running.
Yeah,
at
well,
some of
Mike
the
had
events.
it. He's won a couple events there. We went last November and the car came out slipping like crazy. We lost first round. We only entered one class and we called it a day. That was actually my first time racing the car there at that event. But we had fun. We're planning to go now again in November.
Yeah.
This car runs really good there. It's really consistent. That surface sucks,
good track.
but for some reason it works for this car.
Oh, really?
This car is meant to really run probably in the worst street ever. Like it'll run better there than in a good prep street.
Well, like you
This
said,
works.
that's why you want the all-wheel drive setup.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
That's ultimately what drove you
Right.
to do this. Is what you wanted to grip, wanted to be able to leave hard. So
Yeah, that track over there, you guys know it's not good, but it works, man. It comes out pretty good, and you know that's the reason why it's won over there. I'm pretty sure most of the cars that speed there are faster, probably in a regular track, you know,
Yeah.
like those crazy race cars. But at that track prep, it works.
it works.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. How did you end up here? Where did you start out that you decided I want to build an all-wheel drive 2J IS300? Like,
Well, it really goes back to a while back. Albert was always down the street of us, and he had an IS300 and the 240 you guys seen, and I always used to see it run. I fell in love with it, and I told Alex, my brother, I'm like, dude, I want one. And then
That was the red one, right?
The red 240, and then he's got a silver one too that you guys featured. So I fell in love with the car, and I really wanted one all-wheel drive. I know that was very hard to do because there was not much information out there. We actually found the Subaru with the 2J with Lonnie's car. We bought it, and then that was our goal for that car. And at that time, my friend Mike had bought this car, and he made it all-wheel drive. And we were making my Subaru all-wheel drive. We finally finished it. No one knew about that car. We finished it. Long story short, Mike wanted a truck. He wanted to sell the car. I said, I'll buy it. I'll take over. I sold my car. He bought the truck, and I ended up with like my dream car pretty much. That's what I wanted.
Yeah. And you started off, like you said, we have to drop a clip of Lonnie's car in there.
Yeah, I have pictures. Yeah,
because Lonnie was featured on this channel also previously, and that was a 2JZ Subaru setup, right?
Subaru, yeah. I bought it with no transmission. He had the transmission blown, and he sold it just with the motor and the chassis. And then we, you know, between me and Mike, like we shared information. He's like a really good friend of mine, and we made it work. But you know, to make it easier, he wanted to sell it, and it was just an easier sell mine and get this one completely done already. You know?
I mean, that's a good swap.
And proven. Man. This one was already proven racing and all that stuff.
Worked out good for you. All right, so let's take a look under the hood real quick. See what you got going on here.
So it's a 2JZ 3.2, 8685, aluminum rods, air to water, TH400, pretty much off the shelf stuff, you know. Nothing. It's a half filled block, 625 head studs. It's pretty much
set up, like you said.
Setup,
as far as power levels,
on
full kill, if you're comfortable talking about that.
On the dyno, I believe it made 1200. It was like at 50 psi. I was like max kill.
That was my next question. So 50 psi around 1200.
Yeah, that's like all the turbo would give at that point.
Gotcha. And then right now, the way it's sitting, we're on kind of like a map 1.
Well, yeah. So Albert's the one that tunes this car. I don't touch it at all. He tunes it, and we normally do no prep or 8th mile races. So it's never really like cranked up to the most. It just depends on the track conditions. So yeah, it's boost by mile an hour. So right now, you know, he adjusts the launching and the boost as we're going up. But yeah, he's the one that touches it. I never really mess with that. So right now it's probably like at 800 horsepower, 900, and then it creeps up. You know, on the front it's got an 8.5, and the back it's got a 10.5. So Boozer and Mickey Thompson's don't make the same tire setup, so I had to get Hoosiers and Mickey Thompson in the back. Yeah.
And is that a fitment thing too with the all-wheel drive setup?
So no, we could have gone square setup. We just figured that in the rear it uses more of the launch, so we wanted a wider tire in the back and keep the front an 8.5. Because we could have run 8.5 all around. It's like kind of like what the Subarus run too. The square setup. We just wanted a bigger tire in the back. And it works perfect.
So as far as the power delivery, is it a 50-50 delivery?
So it's a transfer case, kind of just like the CTS-V.
Okay, so let's talk a little more.
Yeah, it's kind of almost 50-50, we would say. I mean, when you launch the car, a lot more of the power probably goes to the back, you know, but it is kind of 50-50.
So do you have the option to put the car into 4-wheel, or is it?
Yeah, so what we do is we'll do a 2-wheel drive burnout, and then we lock it in 4x4. We have a lever, so it's a transfer.
Same lever like what he has in the CTS-V?
Pretty much. We have it next to us. So yeah, we're able to do 2-wheel drive and 4-wheel drive.
So it's going to be down here in the...
Yeah, so it's right in the middle, right under the solenoid.
Oh, it's over here in the middle.
Yeah, that black lever. So right there, when it's on front, it's on 2-wheel drive, and you just kick it back and it'll go into 4-wheel drive. And we actually got the stock buttons to work. So we have a rolling anti-lag, and then we have scramble buttons.
Awesome. You had mentioned before that this is a kit that people can purchase online. Obviously, it's been adjusted to your specs.
Right. So, I mean, there's a guy online now that makes a kit. You know, I mean, everybody kind of knows that these cars in Japan were all-wheel drive. That you could get that diff from a Lexus diff, and it's just hard to make it work on a US version due to like the steering rack, and there's a lot of modifications. So let's say you were to get the oil pan and the diff and all that, you can't just bolt it up. It doesn't work that way.
There's going to be some cutting and
cutting, and then getting the steering rack to align right, because normally on the other cars they're right-hand drive. So on the left-hand drive cars, it's a lot difficult because that's where the diff goes. But yeah, I mean, it could be done. It just takes a lot of fabrication. And then it's not really a kit. A kit you could bolt on. You won't be able to bolt this on. You still have
starting point.
Yeah, you'll still have to cut the tonneau to put the drive shaft, you know, the front drive shaft. So nothing is a kit. Nothing will just bolt on. Even there's all-wheel drive blocks. That's what people don't understand. And then there's a 2J regular block. It changes. Oil pump changes. There's a lot of things that change. But I've told people you can make any car all-wheel drive, but just make it work. You know. The latest thing that was added was the Hutch Performance converter, the bolt-together converter with dump valves on it. That was the last change that it had. But other than that, transmission is just your typical TH400. Nothing crazy.
So what about your future plans with the car? The car was built for racing, or?
Yeah, so it was really originally built, like Mike built it for no prep racing. but it still has full interior. You know, it has a lot more potential in it that we were talking, me and my brother-in-law, to most likely end up putting a cage on it and probably a bigger motor, bigger turbo, and make more power and just eliminate a couple stuff inside. Maybe in the future go tubular front end or 4-link rear end and make it more competitive out there. There's a lot of fast cars out there. This is still a 4-door sedan, you know?
Yeah, it's full interior.
Yeah, it's got power windows, so it's got, you know. But as it sits right now, it's fun and competitive.
Yeah.
But yeah, if we want to go to the next level, I think I would start with a roll cage to make it safer.
Yep.
That's where we're going. Probably some lighter seats. Those seats are nice and comfortable, but they're a little heavy. They're not the lightest. It's just a regular Ford 8.8 with a spool in it, and that's it. That works. I mean, it's like an old recipe that everybody puts on race cars at this point, and it's worked. It has a Granis kit, so the Granis used to sell a kit for it for the axles and all that stuff. So that back there hasn't been touched since the car was pretty much rear-wheel drive. So.